Ayo, ayo, ayo. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Standard 81 podcast. My name is Sincere, and I'm glad to be back with you again on this Monday. I hope y'all have a great weekend. But before we get started with anything that I have to say, let's go ahead and take a 30-second break, and I'll be right back with you here in 3, 2, And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in with me here today. I appreciate it so very much. If you have not, as you are coming in today, go ahead and hit that like button, that thumbs up button. It helps the channel grow massively. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. It's going to definitely help the channel grow and get out to more people, as well as comment and share this with somebody that you think needs it. But without any further ado, let's get into this. Nice guys versus good men. That's what I want to talk about today. Ladies, there is a lot of discussion about relationships and what men are and what men are supposed to be and what women are supposed to be. But today I want to discuss the difference and kind of lay out for the ladies, for the most part, the difference between a good guy and a good man and a nice guy, right? There is a blatant misconception that um, guys only fall in one or two categories. They either fall into the nice guy category, which we know nice guys finish last, or they're a bad boy, right? A jerk, somebody that, and that's not necessarily true. But the problem is we don't know the difference between the three type of men that exist. There are good guys, there are good men, bad boys, and nice guys. I'm gonna say that one more time. There are good men, nice guys, and bad boys. Now, obviously, we know that most people know the difference between a nice guy and a bad boy, right? But therein lies the problem. Nobody really knows what a good man is like unless you are a good man. And I'm here to clarify some of the differences between that, because it's oftentimes hard to spot, because sometimes the good guy may look a lot like one or the other depending on where you are at in a relationship, or the guy you're dealing with. So what is the bad? Let's explain the three type of men. What is the bad boy? Well, that's pretty easy. The bad boy is the guy that really doesn't care too much. He's probably very extroverted, uh, intentional about what he wants and what he's looking for from a lady, which is probably merely physical, and he's going to move on as quickly as he possibly can, whether rejected or accepted, with his initial approach, and continue to approach until he accomplishes objective goal. He is seen as a standout character and somebody that just doesn't care, right? That is the bad boy. The nice guy. The nice guy is the guy that's overly complimentary. Uh, um, he love bombs. He goes above and beyond. And, he'll do anything. But honestly, his goal is the same as the bad boy. He's out to accomplish a particular goal. And 9 times out of 10, that's the same thing that the bad boy wants. He wants that physical relations, but he is just taking a different route in order to get there. So he feels that he can appeal to more of the soft nature of a woman. So he will go above and beyond the stretch of his imagination, or a woman's perceived imagination, to try to get her to give him what he wants. And then there is the good guy, or the good man. And that's the balance between the two. The good man is not, he has a perceived goal, but the perceived goal is not just merely physical. He is out with intention, and he is looking for something. He is often in the beginning, he is often perceived as very dismissive, and a lot like the bad boy. He doesn't care one way or another. He's going to continue to search and continue to look until he achieves his ultimate goal. But a lot like the nice guy, once he finds what he wants, he will then shower them with affection and many other things that a lady would desire. That's the difference between the three. All right. Now, here's where things go wrong. Most ladies out there can tell who the bad boy is right off the bat, and they can tell who the nice guy is off the bat, right? And one of the two things happen. They either get one or the other in hopes that they can create this middle ground. But I'm here to tell you, only a man can become a good man. Only a man can become a good man, because that requires for him to think differently, perceive things differently, and change the way he does things overall, right? You can't condition a man to be a good man. You can't condition a guy to be a good man. You can only condition a person to be either a nice guy or a bad boy. That's it. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. Most nice guys become bad boys, and most bad boys become good men. Now, good men nice guys can become good men, but it takes some work. It takes a lot of work. I know, because I was a former nice guy, right? But I'll get into that a little bit later, because it goes into the cycle of turning good a nice guy into a good man, right? But I'm here to tell you, ladies, you cannot turn a man into what you imagine. He has to be what it is you thought him to be before he gets there, or he at least has to be on the way to it. He has to be in the process of it. Doesn't mean he has to have everything down. And let me dispel some of this misconception here before we get in any further. Being a good man has nothing to do with money. The only thing it has to do with money is the fact that you can delegate and manage finances properly in order to fulfill the needs that you have, and then to a certain degree get some of the things that you would desire in life. That's what money has to do with being a good man. It has nothing to do with your profession outside of the integrity you hold within that particular profession. The integrity and the work ethic. That's what your profession highlights as a good man. It has nothing to do with status. The status comes as a part of you being a man of integrity, a man of discipline, and a man that is able to take criticism and run with it. So, ladies, if you thinking that the amount of money or the title that he has or the career that he holds makes him a good man, you are sorely mistaken. Sorely. And you're going to find yourself in a particular situation where you're like, oh my God, I thought this was a good guy. Hold on a second. only to really find out that what you had is either a nice guy or a bad boy in disguise. A nice guy is what you ran into, or a bad boy in disguise. That's all. That's all there is to it. Maybe I can make it through this. Uh, okay. Maybe I. Sorry, everybody. I'm just trying to. Y'all probably like it. Dang, that boy is fat. Maybe that's what I look like. I mean, I gotta sit there in front of y'all. I'm not exactly a Greek god over here, so you know, just letting you see truly me. Um, so what you got to come to realize is that what you see is what you get until a man figures out who he is, what he wants to be, and the places and the place that he wants to get to in life, and what his overall purpose is. Right. So, having said that, here's what happens when you get a good man. A good man was either a former bad boy, meaning that he was out there doing his thing and wooty wooty woo, and then all of a sudden he got either to an age or circumstances in his life changed, and he started to perceive things differently. Now his mentality about him going after his goals and the things that he want didn't change. He's still very aggressive in that nature, but the result, which is the stem of it all, the result of what he wants in a particular when it comes to his relationships are different. Where at one time his goal might have been, I just want to get a girl so I can get my Jones off, and that's it. Now he's like, man, I want to get a good girl. I want to get a nice girl so that sorry about that. So that I can build a family, and so that I can grow myself into and the family into something that I can be proud of, and something that contributes to the world overall. All right. So that's the good guy. That's the bad guy. The bad boy turning into the good man. And then there's me, right? The nice guy turned good man. And this is how this works, right? The nice guy, aka the simp, because I've told y'all before I used to be that guy. He does everything right, right? He does it all, and he wants to get the girl, and he wants her to love him, and he wants to experience everything. He gets turned down, he gets rejected, and then you know what he turns into? The bad boy. And he decides, since I can't get what I want emotionally and relationally from the ladies that I am trying to engage with, from this point on, I'm just going to use them for what they can physically give me. The result is going to be purely physical. So he begins to take on the traits of the bad boy. He begins to do things like the bad boy. He walks and talks, and his mindset is different. But at some point or another, whether it's through circumstance or whether it's through maturity and age, he remembers who he was before and says, what I was doing over there as a bad boy didn't get me the results that I wanted, because he still wanted the results of the nice guy he was, but the way he was doing it didn't wasn't yielding that. So he 180 a whole different direction. And instead of going 360 back to the nice guy, he said, no, 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 no. I'm going to figure out the balance between being the nice guy and the bad boy that I was. the bad boy that the circumstances turned me into. So now he sees that the way bad boys approach and in their mindset is the way that is good. The ladies respond to it. It's just the action, and the result is terrible. And he doesn't want that because he wants to build something. He wants to build a relationship with a woman, and he wants the same thing that the reformed bad boy has. So he says, you know what? For now on, when I first meet somebody or when I'm engaging, I'm just going to treat it as casual as I possibly can. He says, you are now an associate, which is the same thing that the bad boys say. Every girl I talk to, I go out with, y'all just associates. I know who you are, but I don't really care about what you're about or what it. I just want the overall results. So he takes that approach in the beginning. And then he says, okay, now that I've gotten to know her, and now that I figured out kind of where this thing is going, I can start letting my natural nature out in pieces. I'm not going to let it all out at once like I used to, because I'm understanding that doing too much all at once is not going to get me nowhere. It's just going to get me used. But I'm going to let it out in pieces. I'm going to let it out in pieces. And what winds up happening, ladies, is that the bad boy and the good men, the bad boys and the good men look so similar because their mindsets are just alike, right? In the sense that we're not going to give you a whole lot up front. We're going to do we going to do what it is to get to know you up front. And then we're going to take it steps from there for the desired results. That you see both the good man and the bad boy in the same light. Because you have a desired result in your mind that you want, and you're not getting that from either of the two men, the good man or the bad boy. What you're getting is, oh, yeah, we cool, we chilling. Because the good man and the bad boy know the same thing. If I'm not getting the desired results or I'm not getting the reciprocation that I'm looking for, why am I doing all this stuff for this woman? The only one that's doing that at this point is the nice guy. And sure, you'll take them until you get back to that attitude that you enjoyed so much before. The one that you were naturally attracted to, which was that nonchalant, kind of casual, it kind of drives you. Because the good guy coming to you with all his feelings and emotions and all this stuff at once was, while it was something you thought you desired, it was overwhelming. But because you've never been around a good man for any perceived amount of time, the good man looks the same as the bad boy because you're like, oh, they play around, they do this, they do that. No. Maybe the bad boy is playing around, but the good man is evaluating. And neither one of them are giving much in the way of maybe material things, money or time or whatever the case may be, whatever it is you can think of. Neither one of them are giving a lot, and you're like, oh, but I know this guy, he'll give me the sun, the moon, and the stars. Yeah, but you don't want him. And that's what you got to realize. You don't really want the nice guy in the long run because you already know his perceived end. He's out to get something. He's just going about it in a sneaky way. And instead of trying to tell you directly what it is, or sitting back and watching and studying who you are, he's trying to sneak his way in. Instinctively, you ladies know that. So the next time you catch yourself in a situation where you're asking yourself, does this guy really like me? Why is he not? And you know, from the most part, from his conversation, from the way he handles you, from your dates and all that good stuff, he seems to be a good man. Don't check out and be like, oh, he's playing around. That's the bad boy. He's just like the bad boys out there. He's not. Ask yourself this: am I really ready for the good man? Because he's going to go hard after what he wants. And if he doesn't see in me what it is that he needs, or I'm not giving reciprocally what he's giving to me, he don't leave me alone. You got to ask yourself that question. Are you ready for that? I say this all the time, man. First, before you build something, count the cost. And that goes for men and women. You say you want a good man, you got to ask yourself, am I ready to reciprocate? Or else you're always going to be stuck with the bad boy or the nice guy. The good man is always going to want something for the things that he gives. Give and it will be given back. Reaping and sowing. Reciprocal action. That's what the good man is looking for. He's not looking for you to do it all, but he is going to make doggone sure that whatever he's giving out, he's going to get in return. And not just a little bit, he's going to get 100, because if he's going to give 100%, he wants 100% back. I saw a TikTok once that said, a girl was talking about how in the beginning, a man gives 100%, and then over the course of time, it diminishes. And she didn't understand it. You want to know why it diminishes? Why you all of a sudden get to 60% effort? Because you're not giving anything. And that good man knows, why am I continuing to give my all to a person who's giving me nothing? I like her. And the only reason he's staying is because I like her. I see something in her, but I, I, I can't continue to do this. This is insane. And he's taking his time, hoping and praying that you change your way of thinking before he's ready to walk out. That's why you're only getting 60%. That's why you're only getting 30%. That's why you're only getting what you're getting. It's not because he doesn't like you the way he did in the beginning. Is you're not giving anything. And where you don't give, you don't receive. Biblical principle, but it applies to everything in life, not just money. So, ladies, now that you know the difference between the nice guy, the bad boy, and the good man, you got to ask yourself this. Is a good man really what I want? And am I ready to give in exchange for what I'm going to get? And that's all I'm going to say. Guys, check out the Standard 81 podcast over there on TikTok. I got tons of videos up there. Also, check out Sincere the Artist over there on Instagram. I got plenty of stuff there, plus all the stuff that I've done in the past. Sorry, once again, technical problems. I got to hurry up. All the stuff that I've done in the past is over there as well. Once again, like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Type second watch in the comments if you're watching this after the thing is gone live. I appreciate it so much. And I will see you guys on the next one. God bless you all. Peace.